Hey, love bugs. Good evening. This is Love Grind, and I'm Ebony, your host, and so glad that you decided to tune in tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about cheating. And you actually come back from it. Did you know around 1 in 5 married couples experience infidelity at some point? Ooh, that's wild. I mean, if you've ever been cheated on or even been the one who cheated, you know that behind that number is a storm of real pain, confusion, and chaos. So tonight, let's talk about it. This isn't one of those preachy episodes where I tell you what to do. This is just an honest conversation about cheating, what it does to people, why it happens, what comes after, and if there's even a chance of surviving it. I've been on both ends of this spectrum, and it is a lot for both sides. It doesn't feel good to inflict those feelings on somebody, and it definitely doesn't feel good to be the one who's being betrayed. Whether you're the one who was hurt, or the one who hurt someone else, or even just curious about how people get through something this deep, this episode is for you. Let's start with what happens when cheating is first discovered or confessed. It's like this emotional bomb goes off, right? Everything feels surreal. You're angry, you're hot, you're pissed, you're doing that ugly cry that you never thought you would do. And there's a moment where your stomach drops and your brain just glitches, and you're trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. For the person who was cheated on, it's pain mixed with confusion, anger, and that overwhelming need to know why. You replay conversations, you look for the signs, and you wonder, how long has this been going on? Was I ever enough? And that happens a lot because you just want to know all of these different routines that you have and how it's been a little different. And for the one who cheated, it's not easy either, love bugs. There's usually a lot of guilt, shame, fear of losing everything. You might regret what you did, but also feel trapped by the choices that led you there. And now you're standing in the wreckage of something you maybe didn't even realize you were about to destroy. And that initial stage is messy. Emotions are raw. People say things they don't mean. Or sometimes they say exactly what they mean, and that hurts even more. Definitely. I don't like you, or you make me sick, or you don't please me. That shit could be true, but it definitely stings. Cheating doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's not always about sex, love bugs. A lot of times it's about attention, validation, or feeling invisible. Sometimes people cheat because they're unhappy in the relationship, and sometimes they cheat because they're unhappy with themselves. And sometimes it's impulsive, thoughtless, a terrible decision made in a moment of weakness. I've heard a couple times that when men get the opportunity, they're going to take it. I don't know how true that is. Fellas, you let me know in the comments if that's true. I know women are not like that. Women generally cheat because they're feeling invisible or unheard. So those are the differences in sexes, that men generally do it because of the opportunity, and women generally do it because they want to be loved. Tell me if I'm wrong. It doesn't make it okay, but it does make it human. And the fallout, that's when everything really hits. I mean, you've got trust shattered, self-worth questioned, jealousy and comparison kicking in, and communication breaking down. And honestly, sometimes both people start to spiral. It doesn't just affect the couple either. Friends get involved, families take sides, and suddenly your whole relationship feels like public property. Definitely does. And when you don't communicate because you're so mad at that person or at each other, nothing ever gets solved. A lot of relationships end because of pride and not communicating. But here's something people don't talk about enough. Cheating can sometimes be the thing that exposes everything that was already broken. It's the ugly mirror no one wants to look into. But once it's there, it's like, okay, now we can't pretend anymore. I mean, sometimes the cheating is the thing that broke the relationship. But before the cheating, there was issues. And that's hard to face, knowing that there was these huge issues that were ignored. And this was the result. Not saying it's okay, but that's real. The big question is, can a relationship actually survive cheating? And the truth is, yes, some do. but not without a hell of a lot of work. See, if you stay, you're not staying in the old relationship. That one's gone. You have to build something completely new now, and it starts with a radical honesty, like the kind that makes your stomach hurt. If you're gonna stay, you also have to be okay with that decision and not blame all the time or keep bringing it up, because then therefore you didn't stay. You're just torturing that person. The person who cheated has to be completely transparent. No more secrets, no defensiveness. You gotta own what you did and why you did it. Not just to check a box, but to rebuild trust, brick by brick. Also, that is tiring to always have to prove yourself, your words, your whereabouts. Even though you did it to yourself, still tiring. The person who was hurt, well, you gotta process all that rage, grief, and sadness and decide if forgiveness is even on the table. And I'm not talking about pretending to be okay. I mean, really working through it. And both people, you have to look at what wasn't working in the relationship before the cheating happened. That part's hard because it's easier to just blame the cheating. But usually, there's deeper stuff under the surface. Stuff that's been neglected for a really long time. Like when that person won't own up to their cheating, and that's what hurt the relationship. It's because they feel that yes, they did cheat, but before that, there were so many things that were wrong with the relationship, and that was the result of it. Self-reflection, we talk about that all the time on this show. It takes therapy, maybe some good friends, and it takes time. It takes a willingness to say, we can't go back, but maybe, just maybe, we can go forward differently. And some couples grow from it. Others can't recover, and that's valid too. Infidelity isn't just a relationship issue. It's a human issue. It brings up all the parts of us that are insecure, afraid, and craving something we're not getting. For some, cheating is the end, and that's okay. Walking away can be a powerful act of self-respect, a deal breaker. And for others, cheating is the beginning of a really hard, painful, but ultimately transformational new chapter. Not a return to what was, but a step into something more honest and aware. There's no right answer here, love bugs, just choices. And each choice comes with its own kind of pain and its own kind of growth. I know this topic hits deep. Maybe you've lived it, maybe you're going through it right now. But if you feel comfortable, drop your story in the comments. How did you deal with the cheating? Did you stay? Did you go? And what helped you heal? And if you're still trying to figure out what's next, check out my next episode. It's all about how to rebuild trust after cheating. And if you haven't already, please get on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all those platforms. Give me a likes and a thumbs up. This stuff's not easy. You're not alone. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, love bugs. Please make all the decisions you can with your heart this week. And until next time, I'm out.